Hi, welcome to HES 375. I'm your course instructor, Dr. Laura Bruno. I'm with the Department of Health and Exercise Science here at the College of New Jersey. And I'd like to welcome you to the class and just take a few moments to kind of walk you through sort of the basics and the parameters as far as expectations and course description. So thank you for joining me. You'll notice here on our home site here, I do have some information. The very first thing that you'll want to view is our course syllabus. Additionally, I have just an introductory video, which you've obviously located. I have a link to our weekly course announcements, and then also a link to your TC&J email, should that be helpful for you. Also, while we're on this page, I just want to point out the navigation. On the left-hand sidebar here, you will see weekly folders. When you click on each folder, it will bring you to the content that will pertain to the corresponding week. So obviously we're here in week 1, and here it lists kind of what you need to be doing over the course of this week. You'll just kind of move through in a similar process for each week as we progress through the course. Additionally, important to note on our home site here is the announcement link. Every week, this is how I will communicate with you. So I'll share some information. I'll give you a snippet of sort of the content that we'll be covering for that week. And any important information that I need to share with you will be done so here. So you do want to make sure you log in weekly, if not daily, just to kind of check and make sure, information that's been posted as far as the announcements. When you go into the course syllabus, so again, if we were to go back home, and if you just kind of click right here on our course syllabus, it'll bring you to a link where you'll be able to download the PDF version. And here you will find all of the information. And so this week in particular, it's very important that you kind of go through and just sort of read through this information so that you feel comfortable with it. There's a couple key things that I just want to highlight, and that is one of the biggest struggles and most important components so that you can be successful in the course pertains to our e-text platform. You'll notice here under our required text that it lists FitQuest, a personal journey. This is an e-text. And so basically what you will do is you will go in, log in, you'll purchase the textbook. It's a $46 subscription. And what that will do is grant you access to our PowerPoint presentations, our weekly activities, weekly quizzes, etc. So the course will run in conjunction with Canvas and Perceivant, which is the e-text platform for our text, which is the FitQuest personal journey. Again, you just want to make sure you kind of go through and read this at your own leisure, and really that's the expectation for week 1. You can kind of preview the course objectives here at your own, but important to note, this is the culminating course for students who are studying in our health and wellness minor. And essentially this course will work through looking at some of the key elements of the health-related components of fitness through a personal lens. And then the latter half of the semester will be centered around coaching strategies and coaching techniques. So once we have a clear understanding and foundation of sort of key elements as they pertain to health, the next step will be, how do we work with ourselves? How do we work with others as far as communication and different types of strategies? So let me just kind of highlight a few more key things in our course syllabus. It is important to note the structure. You'll notice that each one of our weekly chapters is broken down into these subcategories. I'll talk about those very quickly in a moment. We have the warm-up, the workout, the stretch, the cool down, and the pulse. And another thing I just want to note as we're talking about the course structure, it is important for you to recognize that the way the course runs, it's a weekly module. So all course information will open for you at 12 a.m. on Monday, and it will close the end of that week at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So you want to make sure that you are logging in early in the week. I always suggest that you log in daily, just in case you're responding to a discussion board, in case there's an announcement, if there's anything tech related, I will be communicating through our announcement platform. So it's a best practice to just be logging in regularly to make sure that you're on top of the course and the requirements and the expectations for the week. And again, so for that reason, late work is not accepted. You have an entire 7 days to complete the work. So different than a traditional face-to-face where perhaps you're assigned something on a Tuesday and it's due on Friday. You have a full 7-day block to complete work. so late work will not be accepted. As far as the grading criteria, again, you can kind of look through that at your own, but you will see that this course is based on a raw 1,000 total points, and then it's broken down for you here as well. I wanted to talk very quickly just about the weekly module completion. That consists of the warm-up, which just like a warm-up, it's intended to really kind of get your mind thinking, starting to introduce you to some of those ideas. So it may be something like a graded survey, just something to kind of introduce the content for the day. The workout would be the heavy lift. That's your chapter-related assignments, moving through the guided learning platform, reviewing the PowerPoint, participating in those questions throughout that process. The stretch is your virtual discussion board post, and I'll pull the rubric further down on this syllabus is there for you as well. The cool down is a reflective practice. So again, the first part of the course is encouraging you to look at your overall health and wellness through a personal lens. So it will be asking you just to reflect on what information was discussed during that week. And then finally, the pulse is an opportunity for you to assess your own level of understanding, which generally consists of a small quiz. Moving right along, you can read through all of the assignments, but the stretch portion or the discussion board post, you have a few options as you respond to these. You can respond via PowerPoint, you could respond Flipgrid, a concept map, or a written response. The parameters are there, so 250 words if you opt for something written, 120 seconds if you do something more like a Flipgrid or a video. And then as you're responding to your peers, I ask you to utilize the 3CQ formula. So you begin with a compliment, make a comment, add a connection, and end with a question. The idea as you move through your discussion board posts is that it becomes conversational as opposed to just, yes, I agree with you, or good point. So the idea is that dialogue is happening much like it would if we were in the classroom in a face-to-face setting. The grading rubric is here for you to view. Again, be mindful. I do ask that you respond to a minimum of 4 classmates with each one of your discussion board posts. Again, you'll also see I note something called cluster posting. And the idea is that you should not just log in at one time and just respond to 4, but rather engage in conversation throughout that weekly module. All the information as far as policies and expectations are here for you as well. If you have any desire to meet, we will set up an appointment. We'll use our noted time of Tuesday, Friday, 9:30 to 10:50 to make that happen. But we will simply kind of set that up via email, and then I will send you a link through conferences. I do ask that you provide some flexibility. It is fully online. I will respond to you within 24 hours, Monday through Thursday. During the weekend, I also have a family, and so there may be times that it could be longer. If you respond to me on a Friday night, you may not hear from me until Monday. So be mindful of that as you're thinking through assignments, and if you have questions for me, don't put yourself in a position where I'm not able to respond to you because of the weekend. The only other thing I really wanted to note on our course syllabus is just the course overview, which is the last page. This gives you sort of like a calendar view of what you can expect over the course of the semester. Please be patient. There could be a couple things that we tweak as we move through, but for the most part, this is a pretty good visual of what you can expect for the duration of the course. And again, so everything can be found in your weekly modules here. You'll want to view the announcement for the week, and then you'll simply go to the corresponding weekly folder. When you open that folder, you'll find links to any assignments, PowerPoints, etc. I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much, and have a great semester. Cheers.